Today we will be taking a look at 10 of my most favorite maps in Garry's mod. Let's get started. Now just to clarify, this list is going to be consisted of maps that I think are great. Now just because a map gets number 1 does not mean that it's my favorite map in all of Garry's mod. And just to let you guys know beforehand, I will be excluding all of the Sicky ship maps because I've actually already put one in another list. If you guys want to check that out, I have other top 10 lists as well. But this will be about top 10 of my favorite maps in Garry's mod. Starting things off, we have number 10. Number 10 is the Destructiste House, which is, in my opinion, a really cool map, although I will say it is lacking in some areas just because of its size, but for what you could do with it is pretty amazing. Not only is the house completely destructible, but it's really fun to do with your friends, and I've actually done a few videos, like I've said, on this amazing map, and it's really cool to demonstrate some of the explosive mods, although albeit I will say, be careful about the lag because they can get pretty insane. Almost every single piece of the house can be completely destroyed, and it's definitely something that should be noted on my top 10 list. Moving right along, we have number 9. Number 9 is what I declare as my apartment, but it's actually the Mass Effect 3 apartment. It's in Mass Effect 3, and the reason why I always declare it my apartment is because I just loved how it looked. It has a nice, futuristic, modern design. It's pretty small, which is why it's number 9. And it doesn't really have anything going for it, but I just like the map because I've incorporated it in so many videos, and it's just a big part of the channel now, basically. And it's one of my most favorite maps just because of that one fact. It's pretty extensive, it has quite a few bathrooms, and it even has a badass tub, so what's not to like? Moving right ahead to number 8, we have the Atomic map, GM Atomic I believe, and this map is amazing because not only does it have a very cool Fallout-esque sense, but it kind of also has another section where you could explore, almost kind of like a vault I guess, but there's also a massive wasteland outside. It's a fairly large map. I've also showed this map off in a few of my videos. Again, it's pretty extensive, it's a very fun map to play on, and it doesn't really have any cool special features besides that. I mean, it's big, so you could do any kind of sandboxing stuff that you want. It has an indoor area, so you could do something like that if you want. But other than that, it's a very cool map, and it's my number 8 pick. Up next, we have GM Valley. Now, this is surprisingly actually a map I don't think I've ever actually done a video on. And the main reason is because this map is very laggy. Even with a GTX Titan X and an Intel Core i7 4790K overclocked, this still pushes my limit sometimes. I do get above 60 sometimes, but primarily, you know, it's not a very safe way to do a video on because I want constant 60 frames. The map, although, has a lot going for it. It is massive, and not only massive, but very well created, highly detailed, and has quite a few features, even a dam. So very cool map. I just don't do videos because it impacts performance, and that makes for a not good video experience, but that is why it is my number 7. Up next, we have number 6. Number 6 is Area 51, and this map is so cool. It has a very vast upper area that mimics Area 51, and it has quite a few little cargo areas. By cargo, I mean hangar. And other than that, it also has quite a few little areas. I keep hitting my mic, sorry. It has quite a few areas down below. I think it even has a giant, massive water area. And it also has other areas. I think it even has like some kind of like shooting range thing going on. So it definitely has quite a few features. It's very big. From the sense, it actually has everything you'd want in a map. Except I don't think it's noted for NPCs, but that's pretty cool. I think it is, but I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. But other than that, it's a very cool map, and that is why it is my number 6 pick. Up next is a favorite, I'm pretty sure. We have Big Maze, guys. It's a massive maze, and this is basically the staple for all of the horror NPCs or entities that I showcase on this channel. Why? Because there is a dark maze area and it is fully noted for NPCs. So you can only imagine how scary that could be, being in a very narrow corridor with many openings and exits and getting lost very quickly while something that is trying to kill you is coming after you and knows exactly where you are at all times. Very scary. There's also an upper level where it's a daytime part of the maze. which is very cool. And it's a very cool map though. Other than that though, it is just a maze, but it's been such a great part of this channel, and it's basically a staple for horror, but that is why it's my number 5 pick. Up next, guys, is a classic. We have number 4 as Big City. Now, we all love Big City. There's even multiple variants of it, including Big City Night and Big City with 4 towers. I've never showcased those except for the night one, but it's very cool because Big City is, well, honestly, it's the first map I ever played on in Garry's Mod, period. When I first loaded into that game, it was in GM Big City, and I was blown away because I was so used to Half-Life 2 and I could just do whatever I wanted. There was a vast city to explore, many little secrets, there's even some buildings you can go into that take you right to the roof. It is kind of basic, you know, there's not too many features, but it's a big city, that's what its name implies, you know, what else would you want? Moving right along is a map we haven't really played or touched on in a while. It is Ragdoll Slaughter 3. Now, I think there's actually a 4th version out right now, but the one I did was the 3rd version, and Ragdoll Slaughter is an amazing map. It's actually what I did my second map, or video, excuse me. It's actually what I did my second video on, and it's very cool because there's so many cool little tiny, like, experiments you can just destroy and get people with. This works exceptionally well with the Gib mod or the Gore mod, whichever you prefer. It works very well with that. You can cut off limbs, shoot people in a gravity chamber and watch them fly around and splat against the walls, put them in a blender for crying out loud, kick them off of roofs, and even shoot them down a shaft down to their death. Or kick them down the stairs. Whichever way you prefer to kill your victims, it is a very cool map, and I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to try out the Gore or Gib mod respectively. Moving right along to my second pick, guys, I give you Supersized Room version 2. Now, the reason why this is my number 2 pick is because I think it was my 3rd video I ever did, but mainly because when I entered this map, guys, just starting out on Garry's Mod, it blew me away. Like, I felt like I was like a little mouse or something, and that's why they call these rat maps, quote unquote. But what I love about this map so much is everything is just so big. You can like go on game cases. In some rat maps, you can even go inside computers. But the reason why this is my number 2, instead of like other rat maps, is primarily because there's multiple rooms you can go into. You can even go downstairs. So it's a very, very, very large map with tons of variety of rooms to go and explore. There's a bathroom with a toilet and a bathtub that you could go into and go down the drain. It's just so cool. It was by far my favorite map when it came out, except for one that beat it. And number 1, guys, I give you, drum roll please. I don't have a drum roll, but I'll think of something. Gooniverse. Gooniverse, you're probably saying, why Gooniverse? Like, you haven't played on that map in forever. That is true, but this is, again, just like Supersized Room version 2, one of those maps where when you play on, it blows you away the first time because, you know, you're like, okay, I'm on a little planet, so what? You get in a ship or some kind of flying vehicle, you go out the atmosphere, and you explore the space that there is in the map filled with other planets you can go to, each with their own different kinds of little things that go for them, with different kinds of stuff. Pretty cool. There's even a lava planet, I believe, and then there's just like Supersized Room, there's other variants of these maps, like there's new worlds, yada yada, but Gooniverse was something that I really loved, and I think I did a video on it actually on my birthday called More Planets, or Let's Visit Planets, and it was a very cool map. Again, I loved it so much, and in this list, it's my number 1. Now, if a map that you didn't get on this list, don't fret, because this is the first of many, my friends. This will not be the only list I do. Just because Gooniverse is number 1 does not mean it's my most favorite map in the whole world. It's just one of my favorite maps that I could think of that deserves the number 1 spot right now. I will be doing more of these. I may be doing top 10 NPCs in Garry's Mod. I may be doing top 10 weapons, top 10 character models. So let me know if you guys like these top 10 videos, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You could see all my links down below in the description. You can also see the links to these mods as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, you can do that as well. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Leave comments down below for future suggestions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, farewell.